In session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Stiver II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else. Great. So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second.
The second.
And then I'm the natural person.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So, no recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said. And also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. Is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. Okay. And me being a living person, I don't my name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor
okay. I'm going to cut you off right there. Okay.
I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all, period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction.
Welcome back to the courtroom, everyone. And today, we've got another sovereign citizen saga that'll make your head spin. Our story takes us to Michigan, where a self-proclaimed living man named Thomas Styron II decides to challenge reality itself in front of a very patient magistrate. This isn't your typical court hearing. Thomas walks in ready to reclaim his sovereignty, but what follows is a crash course in how pseudo-legal nonsense crumbles against real liberty. It got talk of corporate entities, jurisdiction battles, and even the legendary right to travel argument. All met with calm, razor-sharp responses from the bench. Stick around, because by the end of this hearing, you'll see exactly how the judge dismantles the sovereign citizen fantasy, piece by piece.
And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening that charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against?
And there it is, the infamous natural person, living man introduction. This is Sovereign Citizen 101. They believe they can separate their flesh and blood self from the legal identity created by the government. The idea is that the name in all caps belongs to a fictional corporation, and by rejecting that identity, they somehow escape legal responsibility. It's total nonsense, but it's fascinating how confidently it's delivered. Notice how the judge keeps her composure. No interruptions, no visible frustration. She's heard this script 100 times, and she knows the best way to handle it. Let him.
What you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So, I'm not asking if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce.
Here comes the big one, the jurisdiction * challenge. Sovereign citizens love this word. They think if they can somehow withhold consent, the court loses authority. But that's not how law works in reality. Jurisdiction is automatically established when a crime or infraction occurs within the court's territory, and when the defendant appears before the judge, voluntarily or otherwise. Thomas tries to argue that he's outside the state's authority, but the judge calmly cites Michigan Court Rule 4.41, a polite way of saying nice try, but we absolutely have jurisdiction. It's a beautiful legal mic drop moment.
I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also, from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into that for now. You are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So
At this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity?
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and then
The classic right to travel defense. Every sovereign citizen eventually gets here. They claim that driving is a constitutional right, not a regulated activity, so they don't need a license. But that argument has been rejected by every U.S. court for decades. The constitutional right to travel doesn't mean you can operate a vehicle without meeting safety laws. That it's always amazing how they twist legal language. I was traveling, not driving, as if renaming the act makes it lawful. The judge, once again, doesn't even flinch. She simply says, asterisk, your overstanding is incorrect, sir.
Documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
so the documentation that I have published, recorded the documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records, is that good enough?
Whatever documentation you have,
Mhm.
bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So,
Now he's doubling down, trying to halt the entire process until the court proves jurisdiction. But what he doesn't grasp is that jurisdiction isn't a debate. It's already a matter of law. The moment he was pulled over in Michigan and charged under Michigan law, the court's authority was established. Period. You can almost feel the tension here. The defendant keeps pushing his pseudo-logic, and the judge responds with quiet authority. This moment is a masterclass in judicial patience. She doesn't argue. She doesn't engage the fantasy. She just moves the case forward.
and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay, will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction, though, correct?
Yes.
How? From
No.
my understanding, that
And
has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else.
Now claims he's already filed magical paperwork that supposedly proves he's not the person on the charge. This is another sovereign citizen trademark, recording documents that have zero legal effect, often filed in random county offices or online databases. They believe these filings somehow redefine their legal identity. But in court, those papers mean nothing. The judge handles it perfectly. She tells him to simply bring the documentation to the next hearing.
The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of
And
going
here's
to
the
jail.
best part. The defendant still can't accept it. He asks one last time. So we're just assuming jurisdiction? And the judge replies, asterisk, correct. That's the sound of legal reality hitting hard. Courts don't assume jurisdiction. They have it by statute. His entire exchange is like watching two worlds collide. The world of actual law and the parallel universe of pseudo-legal delusion. By the end, the court moves on to set a pretrial date, while Thomas is still trying to philosophize his way out of traffic court.